First and foremost, let me go ahead and start off with a disclaimer. It's very important that you should know that I am not a financial advisor. The information that I'm sharing with you tonight should not be construed as financial advice. Past performance does not guarantee future results. The cryptocurrency industry as a whole is risky, it is unregulated, and we do not offer any guarantees here whatsoever. So with that, let's go ahead and move forward. What do we do? IXGlobal offers education. We offer software and we offer hardware. So please do your own research. Use the information contained here within and all of the additional resources that we have to be able to come to your own conclusion whether or not this is a good fit for you. Of course, getting involved in any financial market involves risk of loss. Just ask those that are involved in the stock market right now, and they'll tell you that there's risk in just about any market. IX does not promise or guarantee any income or particular result from the use of the information contained here within. One thing that we never advise to do is to borrow money to get involved in any business or any type of market, and never invest money that you cannot afford to lose. So I want to start off by just talking a little bit about tokenizing commodities. I've always known that the moment that somebody tokenized an actual commodity, fortunes would be created. I want to take you back for just a moment to 1972. We used to have a dollar that was backed by gold. In 1972, Richard Nixon removed the gold standard, and since that time, it's lost 86% of its value. Right now in the cryptocurrency space, although it is booming, and we've seen a very rapid adoption rate over the last 12 years, there is still a lot of speculation. There's a lot of hype. You've got meme coins, pump and dumps, rug pulls, a lot of things that unfortunately, we are looking to get rid of in this industry to be able to continue to validate and bring more credibility to the space. And that's really where DEBTBox comes into the equation. What we are doing here is we are the world's first ecosystem, or the world's first company that is introducing, hang on one second here, let me make sure that I've got everybody muted out. So we've got a lot of people on the line here tonight. So let me make sure everyone is muted out. There we go, so we don't have any background noise. So we're the world's first company that's introducing cryptocurrency that is backed by real world commodities that are in high demand. I've always thought, man, the moment that somebody takes gold or they take oil or they take natural gas and they back their cryptocurrency with these different commodities, now we've got something tangible. Now we've got something real. So the whole objective of everything that we're going to be talking about tonight is to replace that hype with substance, to replace that speculation with tangibility. So with that, welcome to the presentation here this evening. I want to start off by talking a little bit about IXGlobal. So IXGlobal launched in late 2019. It's a company that has absolutely exploded. They were voted as one of the top 3 startups in 2021 by Business for Home, top momentum in 2021, top 5 direct selling companies. They did 20 million in revenue last year. This year, folks, we are now on target to break 200 million in revenue and have quickly become one of the fastest growing companies in the world. The company is founded by Mr. Joe Martinez right there in the middle here. Joe is a 3-time veteran, served overseas. He has been in the direct sales industry for 15 years, started this company primarily in India a few years ago, focused around Forex education, crypto education, because there's a need for it, because these markets, especially in the cryptocurrency space and blockchain technology, is relatively new. There's a lot of people right now that are watching the cryptocurrency space. They're sitting on the outside saying, I just don't know enough about it. So he started this education company and it flourished. It started to grow to the point where they had hundreds of thousands of distributors in India, started to expand in Latin America. And just recently here, over the course of the last 5 months, we've now introduced this to the United States. And now you are seeing members here from Ghana, from Nigeria. We're starting to attract members from throughout Europe as well. And so our goal next year is 500 million in revenue. So that gives you kind of an idea of the growth. We've got an incredible team here that supports Joe and makes everything work behind the scenes. And it's a fun company to be a part of. So let's talk a little bit about the licenses. I'm sure if you're here tonight, you've probably heard or learned a little bit more about these licenses, these mining nodes. And so we're going to talk about that. So first of all, what is a node? It's kind of a funny word. When I first got into cryptocurrency, cryptocurrency kind of has its own culture, its own language. I'll never forget the first time somebody asked me, hey, what's the hash? And I looked at him kind of funny and I was like, I don't know. I mean, the only hash that I know is hash browns. I have no idea what you're talking about. And so you hear some of these funny words. And so we're going to hopefully simplify that for you here this evening. And in fact, that's really what DEBTBox has done, is they've simplified a complicated message so that the average person can participate in mining and to be able to benefit, participate, and even profit from that entire process. So a node, if you think about when you go to a restaurant, for example, and the bill comes and you give them your credit card and they swipe your credit card, and there's a moment where we're waiting for that approval process to come back. What's happening is that transaction is being sent to a third-party intermediary, and their job is it's a clearinghouse. All they're doing is they're validating that funds are there, that the transaction is good, and then what they do is they send an approval back to the merchant, or to the retailer, whoever it is. And for doing that, they take a percentage or a small fee each time that transaction takes place. Well, with cryptocurrency, the whole purpose of cryptocurrency is to get the banks and the middlemen out of the middle of our transactions so that we can transact from one person to another without somebody in the middle. I don't know about you guys, but for me, whenever I go into the bank and I make a large deposit, it drives me crazy when they ask me questions like, where did this money come from? Or if I'm going to send a money wire, they want to know, well, where's this money going? Anytime that I deposit certain amounts of money, they now report it. Or if I send money and wire money, to a different state or sometimes a different country, there's a period of time, a lag period of time before that money arrives, but yet they're using my money, trading my money, and making money off of me. And so for me, I love the idea of cryptocurrency, a decentralized currency, if you will. So a node essentially helps to validate the transactions on the blockchain. Very simple. Instead of the banks or that middleman receiving money for the transactions, we are receiving that money. So blockchains, cryptocurrencies or blockchains require nodes to operate. A node is a piece of software or hardware that connects to other nodes in the blockchain. They create a network, and their sole purpose is to validate transactions. And for doing so, they receive a reward. Nodes are where data is stored, where data is received, where data is transmitted, and they are crucial to network security and overall integrity. So how does DEBTBox work? It's a very simple process. So essentially what you're doing here is you are buying a mining license and it's getting activated by DEBTBox. Once it's activated, what happens is you start to earn rewards daily throughout this process. And you can literally watch in real time on your desktop or in your app as tokens are being deposited into your account. Utilizing DEBT's exclusive proprietary software, you can turn your computer or your laptop or even your phone, if you will, into a portfolio of blockchain miners. And by purchasing and managing different software nodes and licenses, you can earn rewards from several asset classes from really the comfort of your home. I have to talk a little bit about what's going on in the world today, folks. You think about it, many of us are living through times that we've never experienced before. Many of us have never experienced this level of inflation rates. Many of us have never seen, the situations where as high as 46% of the average household income is now going to pay a mortgage because of the price of homes. Do you realize that right now, credit card debt is as high as it's been since the Great Depression? So these are interesting times, and everybody's asking themselves the same question: where do I put my capital? Where do I put my money so that I can preserve its value? Because if I put it in the bank, the challenge with that is I'm losing money to inflation. I'm losing money to the value of that dollar continually decreasing. So people are trying to figure out, where do I put my money? Number one, to preserve it. They're looking for stored value. That's why in a down economy, in a recession, a lot of times you see people that are going towards silver or gold. Historically speaking, those have done a pretty good job of preserving value. So people are looking for stored value. They're also looking for cash flow. Cash is king in a recession. And finally, the last thing that they're looking for is upside potential. And what's exciting is that we are solving those problems. We are solving those problems in this space. I believe there's a success formula that I've subscribed to for many years. I've been an entrepreneur for 25 years. And that success formula is figure out where people are going and get there faster. Currently, we have 4% of the population that has a cryptocurrency wallet. 4%. You realize that over the next year, 12 to 18 months, they are projecting that as much as 10% of the population will have a digital currency wallet. So you think about that, we understand where the trends are going, but here's something even better. If you can figure out where people are going and get there faster, you can make a lot of money. But if you can figure out where people are going and provide solutions to real world problems, to the issues that they're facing inside the industry and out, that's where wealth is created. And that's exactly what we're going to be talking about here tonight. So step one, again, you purchase a mining license. Step two, it activates and it starts processing transactions on the blockchain, connects to the network. You start earning rewards daily through that process. And step three, you can withdraw those rewards and redeem their value for other tokens. Or if you want to, you can liquidate to cash and go right back into your checking account. So very simple process. We've got a number of different projects that we have now introduced. Let me kind of give you a little bit of the history of the company. So DEBTBox was founded by Jason and Jake Anderson. This all started about 10 years ago. They started mining Bitcoin when Bitcoin was about $100 per coin. From that time, they decided to go to Ghana and they started buying mining concessions. They were actually buying land and they started mining for gold and other commodities that were there, and ultimately spent 3 or 4 years doing that. And about 5 years ago, they were introduced to a scan technology that has the ability to be able to scan the earth and identify pockets of oil and other commodities that are in the ground, but not just identify them, they can literally pinpoint them to within 6 centimeters in the ground. And this was revolutionary because at this time, and still today, the technology that was being used is focused around seismic readings. It's not very accurate. And they spend a lot of money. These exploratory companies spend hundreds of millions of dollars drilling holes into the ground to essentially try and identify where the oil is and the best place to extract from it. I had an engineer tell me that as much as 80% of the holes that are drilled into the ground actually are dry because it's not an exact science. And so with our technology, we introduced it. We found some partners that essentially, at first, a lot of people didn't believe that it was real, didn't believe that we could do what we said we could do. But we had a company that we partnered with, a smaller oil company called Western Oil. And they said, look, we'll pay you any royalties on anything that you help us find. And so we went out and we started to help them locate wells. And you'll see some of those here in just a moment. And over time, as we started to validate this technology, we started to attract more and more debt partners to the point now, folks, where we are the largest mining company in the world that doesn't own any equipment. I want you to think about this for a moment. Think about the largest transportation company in the world today. It's Uber, and yet they don't own any vehicles. Think about the largest hospitality or vacation company in the world that doesn't own any homes. It's VRBO. We are the largest mining company now in the world that doesn't own any equipment. All we do is we help companies, we partner with companies around the world, and and now not just companies, but countries, and we help them with our scan technology to find these precious commodities into the ground. Very simple how it works. We essentially do a scan. We use Google Earth satellites. We do a scan of the land. And from there, what we're able to do is we're able to read these different frequencies. So gold, silver, aluminum, they all have a frequency, a different frequency that they put out. And we have spent years developing algorithms that now allow us to be able to pinpoint exactly to a T where these different commodities are in the ground. So as we started to establish more and more oil wells, first in Nevada, then in Nebraska, then in Texas, and then of course over in Ghana, and then we started to continue to expand to gold and aluminum and all of these different commodities, they decided to launch their first cryptocurrency token a year ago. A token called Black Gold. And Black Gold absolutely exploded. Why? Because crypto enthusiasts have been waiting for a project that actually has tangibility, something that's actually backing it. Let me let you guys in on a little secret here. A true asset shouldn't lose 80% of its value just because someone like Elon Musk tweets about it. You shouldn't have the ability to be able to manipulate these different tokens and coins by going out and hiring a celebrity to go out and tweet about it. And we've seen that recently in the news. In fact, Kim Kardashian just recently was fined $1.2 million. If you look at this last bull run, if you look at the cryptocurrency industry as a whole, every 4 years, we tend to go into a crypto winter, if you will. We're currently in one right now. And then usually, it takes sometimes, the longest has been about 19 months. It bounces out and we go to all-time highs again. We go to the next high. So if you look at that and you look historically at what's happening, the last bull run was driven by a lot of meme coins, a lot of coins that had no substance. They had really no utility. When we use the word utility, we're talking about purpose. There was a lot of hype involved. The next bull run, mark my words, will be driven by substance, not hype. It'll be driven by tangibility, not speculation. And that's the reason why I'm so excited to be a part, not just excited, but proud to be a part of IXGlobal and the DEBTBox community. So Black Gold is a DEBTBox project that is supported and linked to the physical production and sale of crude oil. And by purchasing one of these nodes, you're rewarded with BGLD tokens on a daily basis. BGLD is a token, a BEP20, which is Binance. It's on Binance that can be traded for other cryptocurrencies, and it has great liquidity for all of your trades. By the way, every project that you'll be hearing about tonight, all of our projects are already on exchanges. All of them have 100% liquidity. So this is the Nevada project, and what you're seeing in the lower left-hand side of the screen is actually one of our scans. So the green was a well that they drilled in the 50s and 60s. They thought that it had gone dry. The pink shows the chambers of oil that we were able to discover with our scan technology. You can see over on the lower right-hand side, different depths. We're able to discover things like helium and palladium. We can go all the way down and tell them exactly where these different levels are and where they can expect to hit their payloads. And so with that, this first project really sent those shockwaves through the industry. From there, we had a landowner in Nebraska that reached out to us, a farmer that owns over 10,000 acres of land. He's tested that land. He knows that there's oil through the samples of the land, but he's not yet been able to discover it. For 10 years, he's partnered with 2 exploratory companies, and they've drilled holes and they've come up dry every single time. Since then, we've partnered with him. We told him we were able, through our scans, to be able to identify 16 different targets on his land. We started with the largest target. We told him that we would discover that the first payload at 7,460 feet, and we hit it right at 7,460 feet. So that has now become one of the largest. We have one of the largest mining rigs in the country on that site, with over 1,600 acres of oil and gas underground that are supporting projects like BGLD. We have an app that allows you to be able to manage all aspects of your business. So I love being able to pull up my phone, and at any given time, I can see that my licenses are online. I can see that they are producing and mining tokens. I can see those tokens coming into my account. I have the ability to be able to withdraw them and pull them directly into my own personal wallets that I hold the keys to. Nobody else has the access to on a regular basis. Guys, think about this for a moment. If you could have a resource, if you could have an income producing asset that essentially is running 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, that allows you to be able to generate cryptocurrency token. And by the way, I want to say this, and I'm hoping that some of you really hear this message, because the decisions that you make in a bear market, the coins that you accumulate in a bear market, have the ability to help you build true wealth in the next bull run. I'll give you an example. In 2018, I was one of the few people that was out there on the internet when Bitcoin went from 19,000 to 3,000 and Ethereum lost 94% of its value. I was one of the few people that were out there at that time that was saying, listen, buy as many tokens as you can. It is all about accumulation. And right now, this is the time for you to purchase. And I had people saying to me, look, you're irresponsible for saying that kind of thing. You have a following online. For you to share that kind of message, cryptocurrency is over. It's crashed. The bubble has burst. It's done. A lot of fear, a lot of uncertainty, a lot of doubt out there, because we saw these tokens and these coins come crashing down. Well, I realized that, look, all we're doing is we're going through a corrective period of time. Everything is cyclical. Markets go up, markets go down. That historically speaking, every 4 years, Bitcoin has what's called a halving. And that halving typically triggers a new bull run. And so during those winters, that's when you want to accumulate as many coins as you can. It baffles me that people they come running into the cryptocurrency space when Bitcoin is at 69,000 or Ethereum is over 3,000. Yet when Bitcoin is 16,000 and Ethereum is 1,100, nobody wants to touch it at all. Why? It's all based on the fear that is created by the media. And so with that being said, I'm going to say it one more time. The decisions that you make right now, the coins that you accumulate right now have the potential to be able to build you true wealth over the next 3 to 5 years as we go into that next bull run. But it's not enough to just accumulate coins. You have to know which projects to get involved with. And at this stage of the game, with the knowledge that I've been able to accumulate, what I am looking for is substance. I don't want a coin that has a fox or a dog or any of these other, pictures on the coins that have no utility and no purpose. It's all about the purpose and the utility. And the utility and purpose of DEBTBox is to bring substance into the cryptocurrency space. It's to raise the bar in the industry. Can you imagine participating? Can you imagine being a part of the minting process of bringing these tokens into the market with the world's first cryptocurrency projects that every single one of them is backed by a commodity? That is why we are here, and that's why we're excited. So DEBT is now listed on several exchanges. If you have been involved in the cryptocurrency space for a while now, you will probably have come across some projects that, they're really good about talking about what they're going to do. We call it futuring. We're going to, just wait until we get that blockchain built. Just wait until we get onto the exchange. And a lot of times what will happen is they'll sell tokens at a very, very cheap price, or they'll do an ICO where you can invest a certain amount of money and you can get tens of millions of coins. And they'll talk about the future value of those coins when they're on the exchange, and the problem is that it never happens. And this happens very frequently in this industry. So one of the beautiful things about DEBT is it's not about what we're going to do. We're already doing it. We're already on multiple exchanges, guys. We're already on. Every one of our projects comes out on PancakeSwap. Every one of our projects has hit an exchange in 60 days or less. Our last 3 projects hit those exchanges within approximately 30 days. We are on exchanges like LBank. Guys, LBank is one of the top 16 exchanges in the entire world. We just announced another one today. There is going to be kind of a little hint here. There's going to be an announcement about a top 5 exchange that we are getting ready to announce that we are hitting. But everything is focused around our march to Binance. And we are focused on that in 2023. Why is that so important? Because when a token hits Binance, usually you see kind of a rising tide raises all ships scenario. All of our tokens are paired to the DEBT token, and the DEBT token is on all of these different exchanges. And that allows you to be able to participate and benefit as we continue to bring more and more visibility and a greater demand to these overall projects. One of the things for me that really made a difference for me, because I came into this very skeptical. I wanted to see that there was true liquidity. I wanted to see that there was true transparency. I wanted to know that you could look up our nodes on the blockchain and see exactly what they were mining. Most importantly, I wanted to know that the oil or the natural gas or the gold or the farms that they claim to have were real. And so I've actually gone out to Nebraska. I've stood on the mining rigs. I've had an opportunity to be able to, touch the oil coming out of the ground. We've done many videos from those sites. You can ask whoever invited you here tonight to be able to send you some of those videos that bring validation to what we're doing. Recently, I was fortunate enough to be able to travel with a group of leaders to Ghana, and where we spent a week there. And every day we would get on a plane, get up about 5 in the morning. We'd fly to a different city in Ghana, and then we would travel by bus 2 to 3 hours, sometimes into the middle of the jungle, sometimes into the middle of these different farms, and see firsthand the different projects that we have. Up on the top left-hand side, you see one of our gold concessions. That land is hundreds of thousands of acres. It is our concession. That land is full of gold, and we have an opportunity to be able to see firsthand, to be able to dig along with the local villagers that were there, and just to see firsthand exactly how our scan technology works. We had an opportunity to be able to go and visit some of the farmland. The farmland there supports one of our projects called Grow. It's high-yielding agriculture, cocoa beans, for example. Hemp is another one that we have some farms that are here in the United States. And it was really neat because we actually had a chance, anytime you go into these villages, they have a chief that is over the villages, and it's his responsibility to keep his villagers safe. And so we went there to pay respects and let him know that we were there. and that we were exploring the different farms and learning about how everything works. And a few people had an opportunity to go and meet with the chief in person. And through an interpreter, he says to them, look, you guys are doing so much good here in Ghana. You can't imagine the difference that you're making in our villages. And because of that, I want to grant you more land. And he knows, because if he grants more land, that means that it's going to get them more support. And as they get more support, it creates more jobs, it creates more food. We are on target in 2023 because of our projects to now employ over 10,000 people in Ghana. While we were there, we had the media coming and visiting with us. We had the Minister of Oil and Gas coming and meeting with us at our hotel. While we were there, there was a story of the largest iron ore finding in the country's history. Guys, that was us. I listened firsthand to the oil minister talk about how we are making a difference for this country. They showed us a $65 million contract that we just signed with Ghana. We're at a point now where we started off where we could work with farmers and landowners. Guys, we don't have the ability anymore because we literally have countries like Dubai, the Sheikh of Dubai, the head of Argentina reaching out to us because they want to work with us because of the technology. And some of the announcements that you guys are soon going to be hearing over the course of the next 30 to 60 days that are absolutely going to blow your mind. You're going to hear about some partnerships. There's going to be some pretty big press releases that will further bring validation to our ecosystem and what it is that we're doing. So let's talk a little bit about our perpetual licenses. So the word perpetual, the way our contracts, smart contracts they work is that they are a 4,000 day smart contract. Originally, myself and many others thought, okay, 4,000 days, that's approximately 10.5 years. And so a minimum 10.5 years. And as long as there was enough oil or natural gas, that it would continue on beyond those 10.5 years. And that's actually not the way that it works. The way that it works is every single day, the smart contract renews for 4,000 days. They chose 4,000 days because that's how they calculate the reward payouts on a daily basis. That every single day that smart contract is renewing. It's a perpetual license, guys. This is a license that goes on and on and on. Now, Black Gold was our first project that we came out with. It was our proof of concept project. Black Gold is now sold out. It's the first license that is going to be converting to an NFT. One of the very unique things about this particular project is when our projects sell out, and let me back out for a moment, every single project has a limited amount of licenses. They also have a limited amount of tokens that are in circulation. It's not like the US dollar. The US dollar uses a term called flexible when it comes to their printing money. And as they continue to print and print and print more and more money, what does that do to the overall value? With cryptocurrency in particular, our projects, we have a set amount of licenses and we have a set amount of tokens that are in circulation. So with that being said, as we approach and get closer and closer to those licenses being sold out, just like economics 101, the more rare something is, the more the value starts to go up. BGLD has now sold out, and those license holders now have the benefit of that license converting to an NFT. An NFT, in simple terms, is just digital real estate. As long as it has a unique individual identification address, it's just digital real estate. And you have the ability to hold that perpetual license and enjoy the benefits, the daily rewards from that license ongoing perpetually. Or if you want to, you can go and sell it in the open market. Some of you are familiar with a project called Gala Nodes. Gala Nodes came out at $1,000 per node. The project did quite well. And Gala Nodes went all the way up to $100,000 per license they were selling in the open market. So you actually own the asset. NATG just sold out prior to it selling out. It was selling for $72,000 per license. We'll be seeing NATG convert to an NFT in the springtime. So both of these licenses, you can still access them through our rental pools, and we'll be talking about that here in just a moment. Grow is high yielding agriculture. So what we're doing is we're helping these farmers to be able to, through co-ops, to be able to harvest land and to be able to give them the resources that are necessary. And there's quite a bit of money in these different cocoa farms and ultimately hemp and a number of other farmers. We're also helping them to become carbon certified. Who buys carbon credits? Oil companies. They're required to by law to offset their footprint in the world. And so we have a team that actually goes out and helps them to become carbon certified. Grow, we call it our Cinderella story because it came out about the same time that NatG came out. And everybody was focused on natural gas because, of course, Black Gold just had done so well everybody wanted to get involved on the natural gas side of things, but GROW came out about the same time. And it was overlooked. And we now call it our Cinderella story because it's absolutely performed incredibly well. In fact, a large majority of our projects have performed incredibly well. In comparison to, if you look at what's going on in the rest of the world in the cryptocurrency space, you have projects that are as high as 70, 80, 90% down. And our projects, for example, NATG right now still up 3,000% from where it launched. You have BGLD that's still up 50, 60,000% from where it launched. And so although we have seen some fluctuation, we're not insolvent to what's going on in the world. Obviously, right now, it's the end of the year. You have people that are, feeling the pinch of rising costs. You have people that are being forced to liquidate. So when that happens, it always applies downward pressure. For me, and I'm going to tell you this again, this is just my strategy. This is not financial advice. I focus on accumulation in down markets. Price to me does not matter. Price and value are two different things. And if you understand the value of what we are bringing to the cryptocurrency industry as a whole, if you understand the impact that we've already had, 1.7 million licenses sold around the world, if you understand the notoriety and the partnerships and the impact we're having in each one of these countries, you understand the utility and the purpose and the value. And if you truly understand cryptocurrency, you understand that it takes a little bit of time for price to catch up to value. But for the people that are patient and understand that, that is where fortunes are created. We have DLG, which is digitally linked gold. It's linked to its physical counterpart. We actually have gold bullion in a vault. You have the ability to be able to exchange your tokens and have that gold sent to you. We have aluminum. Aluminum is a fantastic project, one of our more popular projects. Aluminum, if you go look at the demand over the last 10 years, has absolutely exploded. The next 10 years, it's projected to continue to grow. Aluminum is in everything. We've partnered with one of the largest aluminum companies in the world. We had an opportunity to be able to see the operation. I mean, guys, we're talking about hundreds of full-size Caterpillar trucks coming in and out all day long. They're doing hundreds of or millions of tons of aluminum, and they've now partnered with us to help them to continue to expand their operation. And finally, Explorer. Who's excited about Explorer? I got to tell you guys that this one to me is so fun because it's the first cryptocurrency that's backed by a satellite in space. This is really what supports all of our technology. This is what makes everything possible. And what I can tell you is that not only has Explorer done exceptionally well since it launched about 4 months ago, but guys, there are some pretty exciting things that are coming that you're going to be hearing about in early 2023 about this particular project. So these are the current projects that are available right now. I will tell you that we have a dozen or so other projects that are currently in development, some of which you'll be hearing about in early January. We've partnered with, I'll give you guys just some examples. We've partnered with one of the largest credit card companies in the world. We are tokenizing that project. The press releases on that will be coming out fairly soon. We have the ability to be able to identify, we've just recently found one of the largest aqueduct bodies of water underground in the United States in the last 50 years. We have the ability to be able to locate water in third world countries and divert that water to essentially villages that need it. So there's a huge kind of humanitarian feel around that project called DRIP. So there's a lot of exciting things. We've got projects focused around real estate. Diane says that the XPLR is my favorite. I like that project as well. Now, for those that maybe can't afford a license, we understand that licenses can be expensive. Right now we're seeing a lot of people that are diversifying. 401ks are turning into 301ks. I've seen people that have lost hundreds of thousands of dollars in their 401ks. And, a lot of them believe that smart money diversifies in a down market. It doesn't mean that you pull everything out, but if you can take 10%, 20% and diversify and hedge your losses and put it into another project that has not only stored value, that creates daily revenue, but also gives you upside gain potential, does that make sense to keep all your eggs in one basket, or does it make sense to capitalize and think about where the future is going? Guys, I'm going to say this, and I hope some of you hear this: old ways won't open new doors. This is a new world economy that we live in. If we fail to adapt, if we fail to innovate, we're going to continue to see people struggling and suffering. I'm not saying that there's not a place for 401ks. If you want to get rich slow over the next 30 to 40 years and you want to participate in dollar cost averaging and putting a little bit of money away, hey, I'm not against that at all. But I want you to think about this. A lot of people did that over the last 30 to 40 years, and retirees have lost nearly $4 trillion in the stock market this year, and they're trying to figure out what happened to their money. So all I'm saying is that we are now in a digital era. And the sooner that you recognize that, and the sooner you recognize, and the signs are all around us. That companies like JP Morgan 2 years ago were saying, we don't want anything to do with crypto. We don't support it. We don't want you to buy it. We won't even allow people to send money through Chase Bank. We won't even allow you to send money to exchanges. Guess what they just did? They just replaced real estate as their recommended alternative asset class, and they replaced it with cryptocurrency. They are now just filed a patent for their own exchange. You know, companies all across the board are preparing for the digital movement, and you have an opportunity to be first. So we have rentals that are available for those that maybe can't afford to purchase a license. You can rent a license. The cost is $250. And we have various different projects. So you can rent a BGLD license for 30 days. You can rent a NATG license for 60 days. You can rent a Grow or an Explorer or aluminum license for 60 days for $250. During that period of time, as you are mining these tokens, and I like to use the word minting because people understand that a little bit, as you're bringing these tokens to life, essentially what's happening is you get to keep all of those tokens. Now, you can do one of three things with them. You can swap those tokens for other projects in our ecosystem. You can go right into your app and you can swap out of one project and you can swap for another token. Or you can cash those tokens out. Our projects have 100% liquidity. You can be into your checking account within 30 minutes. Or number three, you can hold them. I am more of a long-term holder because I understand the value of what we are doing here. And I also understand the time and the place of where we are right now. I want to talk a little bit about community for a moment. So for those of you that are here and you're looking at this, not just as somebody who is looking at buying a license. By the way, if that's all you ever want to do is buy a license, the beautiful thing is by being introduced to IXGlobal, you have an opportunity to be able to come in. You can pay for a membership for as little as $50, one-time fee, you become a wholesale member. You now have access to these licenses at wholesale prices. You can go directly to debt and buy those licenses, but you're going to pay a great deal more. So for those of you that just want to buy licenses, you can do that. From there, your smart contract is directly with debt. You're going to get your debt logins. You're going to then be able to start receiving your daily rewards through your debt software. But for those of you that are interested in building a business, you know, I started off just as a collector buying licenses. But what I found was it was too good not to share. I started sharing it first with close friends of mine and family members and just sharing ideas, right? At the end of the day, that's all we're doing. And everybody's kind of talking about the same thing right now. Where do you put your money? And so as I started to share this, people were very interested. And over time, it just kind of naturally started to grow. And I thought, man, I really should take a look at the referral side of this. And since that time, we've got more and more involved to the point now where we've been able to build a pretty substantial income that quite honestly, most people would dream about. And that's a very exciting thing. And so what I want to talk about here is the community. I want you to hear this. When community and culture align, that's when momentum occurs. IXGlobal has gone from 20 million last year to 200 million this year. We just launched the United States in the last 4 or 5 months. Our friends out in Ghana and Nigeria, some of which are here tonight, we just launched a couple of weeks ago. It is addictive. I couldn't agree with you more. It's hard to stop with one. Most people that buy one, they want to get into the next project and the next project, and they start realizing and seeing, even if they're long-term holders, they're starting to build those daily rewards up, and that gets pretty exciting. So the culture here is pretty amazing. You know, we've had an opportunity. We were just in Barcelona, about 3 months ago, where we had an incredible time as a team. We have different promotions that are always running. We have one right now that's running. It was just announced last Friday, where we can go to the Dominican Republic in March and have an opportunity just to participate in the community and learn and experience and rub shoulders with people that are earning as much as $1 million a year or even $1 million a month, believe it or not, inside of this company. Yes, we actually have the number 3 earner in the entire world of direct sales inside of this company because of the culture and the community that we have created. Community is much more than belonging to something. It's about doing something impactful together that makes really belonging matter. And that's really what the IXGlobal side is all about. Now, for those of you that are just wanting to buy licenses, you can sign up for IXGlobal. You're not signing up to build a business. All you're doing is buying a membership very similar to going to Costco that now gives you access to wholesale. From that point forward, you have an opportunity to buy licenses. You can spend $50. You can buy it one time. You don't have to buy it month to month to month if you don't want to. That $50 will keep you active for a month, 28 days. And during that period of time, you can buy as many licenses as you want. Now, in the future, if you want to buy more licenses, you will have to continue to remain active. For those of you now that are looking to create an additional revenue stream, I want to talk to you for a moment, because right now people are desperately hurting. Drop an I in the comment section if you know somebody that'll go to bed tonight saying a prayer asking for financial solutions. Every single one of us do. Every single one of you. Maybe you don't know firsthand because they're not sharing it with you, but I promise you, do you realize that the Thanksgiving dinner cost 24% more just this year? 24% more. I'm still stuck on the fact that the current prices of the average house in the United States would require the average household to spend 46%, excuse me, 46% of their monthly earnings to be able to pay for that house. Guys, we have some challenges and we have some hard roads ahead. And so what we are presenting is an opportunity to be able to get involved, give you an opportunity to create stored value, to be able to generate an income producing asset that has the ability, the potential to produce daily revenue with tremendous upside potential. But we also have an opportunity here for those of you that want to go out and make a difference in other people's lives and share this with others. And so for those of you that are interested in doing that, the 115 level or the 145 level will qualify you for the fullness of the compensation plan. We do have other services that we provide here. We have trading. If you want to start learning more about trading, we have professional traders that mentor and teach and coach people how to trade. They actually send out signals telling you, and their track record is amazing. So at the 145 level, you can start to participate in some of that as well. We do have a travel platform that allows you to be able to get cash back on your travel for those of you that travel quite a bit. So there are other services that IXGlobal provides in addition to X Nodes as well. So for those of you that are just looking to be an IXGlobal member, you just want to buy a license, you sign up, you get the link from the person that referred you here, you sign up for your membership. At that point, you buy your node. It's that simple. They'll activate that node within 3 to 5 business days, and you'll get your login temporary credentials emailed to you. Very important. Do not go to DEBTBox after you sign up for a membership and create your account. You'll actually get an email that's sent to you from the DEBTBox with your temporary credentials, and that allows you to log in. You'll see your licenses in the back office, and by 6 p.m. the following day, or if it's the night before and you get them that evening, by 6 p.m. the following day, that's when our new cycle starts, and you'll start mining and you'll start seeing those rewards coming into your wallet. But for those of you that want to build a business, I want to just talk for a moment here, and I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this. We've got some great compensation plan trainings, but there's 4 key ways that you can generate an income here. The first way is through a direct bonus. The direct bonus, I've been talking all day, guys. Sorry, I'm losing my voice. A direct bonus just allows you to receive a referral fee. Everywhere has a referral fee, right? Kim Kardashian makeup, to you name it, everybody has a referral fee these days. So if you share something, you're going to get a referral if somebody chooses to buy a node. Very simple. No team building required. We also have an apprentice bonus. An apprentice bonus is very simple. You go get 3, and guess what? Your product is now free. You teach them to each become an apprentice and get 3 each. You're now earning $500 a month. $500 a month right now would make a significant difference in the world, in most households around the world, including here in the United States, but especially in a lot of the third world countries around the world. So we do have an apprentice bonus that's available. We have a rank bonus that pays up to $2,000 per week as you continue to progress through our compensation plan, and you start to help develop others, and you start to create and develop a team and volume. You start hitting ranks, and you can earn up to $2,000 per week. And then you also have an opportunity to generate a tremendous residual income. And that residual income is as high as $250,000 per week just through the team commissions alone. I'm hearing whispers that could be increased very soon with some new ranks that are introduced. But team commissions generate, you'll get paid anywhere from 10 to 20% of the revenue of your team, the volume that's created, not just by you, but the volume that's created from your team. It's always focused on your lesser legs volume. So for those of you that are familiar with the term binary, we are a binary compensation plan. And once again, we do have trainings that are more in depth that can teach you how that works. For those of you that are here wondering, well, how do I get paid, especially in third world countries or in countries around the world? We have a variety of different options. So there's bank deposits that are available. PayPal is available. You can get paid in USDT. In fact, a lot of the countries like Europe, for example, or Africa, right now, we're just sending direct USDT. We do that 3 times a week. You can also get paid in Bitcoin as well. So you can receive your commissions every single week through the different withdrawing options once you receive your payouts. And all of that can be managed through your IXGlobal back office, and that allows you to be able to manage all aspects of your business. I used to say home-based business, but the truth is it's really a phone-based business. As long as I have my phone, I was in New York this week. We were enjoying the magic of just Christmas time there. And as I'm walking the streets, I have my phone on me and I'm taking calls and texting people and essentially running my business. Last but not least, I want to invite you to come and join us on January 14th. January 14th, we're having a kickoff with the Debt Council. So the entire Debt Council is going to be there. So you can meet the guys that are behind both the digital and the physical side of this company. You can hear firsthand what the vision is for 2023. There's going to be some huge announcements, also some opportunities to be able to gain access to licenses before anybody else by being at this event. You're going to hear about some pretty significant things here that are going to continue to build your belief and continue to validate what it is that we're doing inside of this entire cryptocurrency space. So you're going to have an opportunity to be able to mastermind with other leaders. There's going to be education focused around blockchain and NFT. There's going to be opportunity seminars. There's going to be a gala dinner with corporate and the Debt Council. And there's going to be some top secret announcements as well. So if you've not yet registered for this event, guys, we're getting closer and closer to the event filling up here. It's first come, first serve. It's free. All you've got to do is get yourself to Salt Lake City. So for those of you that are interested in building the business, you're serious about building the business, you got to be there. You got to make a commitment to be there, because what that's going to do is it's going to elevate your belief, and you're going to be able to share that contagious enthusiasm with others. And for those of you that are just interested in purchasing licenses, this is a great opportunity to come firsthand, build your belief in what it is that we're doing, and see for yourself exactly what's happening here within this entire company. So in closing, I just want to say this. I've learned that if you can position yourself in the beginning stages with a company that has all of the signs really of becoming one of those next giants inside of the space, there's a lot of money that can be made. Right now, we're 5 months old. This is actually our 5th month here in the United States. Many of these countries that we're talking about, Latin America, Ghana, Europe, these are countries that are just being born right now, and they've never heard of DEBTBox. You have an opportunity to be one of the first to be able to go out and share this with the world. I'll tell you that right now, if you go to Business for Home, which is they kind of do a reporting on the entire industry of network marketing. In fact, I'm going to do it while I'm talking to you guys. You go to Business for Home and you look up the top earners in network marketing. We're talking about in the entire world. Guys, there is over 50 million network marketers around the world today that are doing this business on a part-time basis. And if you go there and you look right now and you check it out, we have Raj Patel, who is number 3, earning over $1 million a month, $12 million a year in this company inside of 2 years. Raj, prior to this company, had never earned more than $10,000 a month in network marketing. But I want to show you this. So if we scroll down here to IXGlobal, there it is. Where are you? Here you are. Guys, if you look at the top 500 earners, 74 of them are currently with our company. 74. I've been with this company for 4 months. This is my 5th month, just to put things into perspective. There is a large opportunity here to be able to go out and build a business that can change your life, and at the same time make a difference in other people's lives as well. And what I'm most excited about from the direct sales side is that I'm promoting something that I'm passionate about, that I believe in, but I'm also accumulating licenses along the way. And I look at that as kind of like my retirement, my 401k. It's allowing me to be able to build my future in the process. We now own about 96 licenses. My goal was to get to 100 by the end of the year. I'll do that by the end of this night. By the end of next year, I want to have over 300 licenses. By the end of the next year after that, I'd like to have somewhere between 500 and 750 licenses. Guys, over the course of the next 2 to 3 years, I'm going to continue to accumulate. And the next time that we go into a bull run, I'm going to celebrate. And I invite you to join me in that celebration. So I want to say thank you very much for tuning in tonight. This was a new slide deck for me. So hopefully you guys got some good value out of it. And we're looking forward to a great run. We do have a debt info group on Facebook. Got just under 5,000 members that are in this group. If you're looking for social proof, you want to hear from people that are actually or have been mining for the course of the last year or over the last few months, you can go in there. You can learn about all of our different projects. There's all kinds of information. If you want more specific information about the scan technology, we can give you videos. If you want validation, you want to see these sites firsthand, we can give you videos. If you want to hear from the owner and an interview that I did with him specifically, we can give you that information. Whatever you need to make a well-informed decision, we're here to educate and to help you to be able to decide whether or not DEBTBox is right for you. So with that, I want to say thank you very much for tuning in tonight. I hope you guys have a wonderful holiday. We are now, this is the first of every Wednesday night, we're doing an IXGlobal opportunity/X node presentation. So we're going to be doing this every Wednesday. One of the top leaders in the company will be rotating through here and doing this. So you can always count on this time right here on this link in this presentation serving your business. So with that, thanks so much for tuning in, you guys. Happy holidays, and we'll see you soon. By the way, wait. For those of you that are still here, I want to say something here. I just got an email and I was waiting for this email. So first of all, if you're still with me, drop an I in the comment section, because if you stayed, you're actually going to get a treat right now. Because I just got the confirmation that I was hoping for. So some of you dropped off, some of you are still here, and you're going to get a treat. So I have a video that's never been shared. It's just a quick 60-second video. And this is technology that we are bringing to the table that's never been done before. I've had this video since Africa. I texted the owners tonight and I said, let me ask you a question. Would it be okay if I shared this video? And I just got confirmation that they're okay with me sharing it. So I'm going to share something with you that has never been shared before publicly anywhere. And I think you guys are going to understand the fullness of this opportunity right here. If you had somebody that was on this presentation, they logged off, you might want to tell them to pop back on here real quickly, because I'm about to show you guys something pretty exciting. Oh no, are you? Oh, there you are. Okay, I lost you. I thought I lost you guys. Okay, you guys excited for it? I'm pretty excited to share this with you. So we still have, well, a large majority of you guys are still on here. All right, hang on a second. I'm pulling it up now. So you guys know that we do 2D imaging that allows us to be able to scan the earth and identify pockets of gold and oil and other commodities. So this is the concession that I showed you that I was standing on, that we were at. This is hundreds of thousands of acres. We own this land. This is our land. And up to this point, our technology has allowed us to be able to do a 2D rendering of the land. And then we can, through the vibrations and the algorithms, we can identify where that commodity is. This is going to be kind of tying into some announcements that you're going to be hearing about next year. And that's all I can say about that. But I want you to see what we are bringing to the table in 2023. This is the first 3D imaging. All of that is gold. All of these gold lines that you're seeing are gold that is in the ground. But look at this. This is the first time this has ever been done. We now have the capability with technology to be able to bring to our companies 3D scans where they can now see underground and all around and everything that would be in their way from a drilling standpoint, and tell them exactly where their commodities are, exactly how much. So if you realize how much money that this can save them, and if you understand that, you'll understand why. I'm gonna play it one more time for you, because this is such a huge deal. Nobody in the world has this. And this is I can't even say more. I can just tell you guys that this is Explorer. So I'll play it one more time for you. If you understand the value of what this can bring, think this can be water, this can be gold, aluminum, helium, copper, silver. This is our concession. This is the scans that we've done of our land. What you see is gold. These hills are full of gold. And this is the first time in the world that 3D scanning has been able to be created. And this is in conjunction with some pretty cool announcements that you guys are going to be hearing moving forward. If you understand the value of this, you'll understand why we are projected to be $1 billion company next year, and why I'm excited about the value of what we're bringing, not only in the cryptocurrency space, but the physical counterpart, the physical side of our company is absolutely mind-boggling. So you guys saw that first. No one has seen that yet. And I just had a chance, got permission from the owner to be able to share that with you guys. So with that, now I'm going to say goodnight to you guys. I appreciate you being here. By the way, if you don't have Explorer licenses, you may want to go pick some of those up, because it's going to get pretty exciting, I think, around that project. So with that, you guys have a wonderful evening. Thank you very much. You guys, God bless.